Your positive action combined with positive thinking result in success. A very pleasant morning, students. Today, in this session, we are going to see finite verb and non-finite verbs. First of all, what is finite verb? A verb can broadly be divided into finite and non-finite verbs. Finite verbs are the verbs that change according to tenses, the number of people doing the action, or the person doing the action. That is, number of people means that is singular or plural. According to the tenses means time of action. And the person or the person means first person, second person, and the third person. So, verbs are divided into two, that is finite verbs and non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs are of three types. They are infinitives, gerunds, participles. What are they? Infinitives, gerund, participle. What are the kinds of non-finite verbs? Non-finite verbs are of three kinds. They are infinitives, gerunds, participle. Finite verbs are governed by the person and number of the subject. Finite verbs also have different forms in different tenses. Example for finite verbs. I go to market. Nita goes to market. They go to market. See to the subject. I, Nita, and they are the subjects in these sentences. I go to the market. Here I is the first person singular. So we are using the verb go. Nita. Nita is the third person singular. So we are adding s near the verb goes. They go to market. Here they is the third person plural. So we are using the verb go. So the sentence I go to market resembles I is the first person singular. Second sentence, Nita goes to market. Nita is the third person singular. They go to market. They is the third person plural. So we are using this kind of verbs. These are called finite verbs. Finite verbs sometimes are called as main verbs. Here you see I go to market. Here go is the main verb. Non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs do not change their form even when the person and the number of the subject changes. Non-finite verbs do not change their forms even when the person and the number of the subject changes. Example C. I want to eat an ice cream. Nita has to eat apples every day. They want to eat idli. Here you see non-finite verbs to eat, to eat, to eat. In all the three sentences, we are using to eat. This to eat is infinitive. So this is called non-finite verbs. Here, once again, we are going to see what are the kinds of non-finite verbs. Infinitives, gerunds, participle. These are all the three types. So first, verbs are divided into two. They are finite verbs and non-finite verbs. And non-finite verbs are of three kinds. They are infinitives, gerund, participles. What is infinitives? The infinitive is the base form of the verb. It is often used to or without to. With to, they are called as to infinitives. Without to, they are called as bare infinitives. So here, examples for infinitives. I went to meet a doctor. Here, I went. Went is a finite verb. To meet is to infinitive. So, I went to meet a doctor. Here, to meet. Before the verb, we are adding to. So, it is called as infinitives. One more example for infinitives. He made me angry. Here you see he made. Made is a finite verb. Angry is a bare infinitive. Here we are not using to, but this is called as bare infinitives. Next topic is gerund. The ing form of the verb which is used as a noun is called as gerund. What is called as gerund? Ing form of the verb which is used as a noun is called gerund. It is also called verbal noun. Example for gerund. Reading is a good habit. Here reading functions as noun. So here reading is gerund. Another example for gerund. Swimming is good for health. See here, gerund swimming functions as a noun. So it is called as gerund. The next type is participle. Here participle is a verb and also it is in perfect form and also it is adjectives and progressive. Here participle types: present participle, past participle, perfect participles. First, present participle. Present participle is created by adding ing to the base form of the verb. What is present participle? Present participle is created by adding ing to the base form of the verb. Here, first of all, we need to know the difference between gerund and participle. The ing form of the verb which is used as a noun is called as gerund. See, what is it? Ing form of the verb which is used as a noun. But in the participle, here present participle is created by adding ing to the base form of the verb. They look exactly the same as gerund, but they function as either a part of continuous tense indicating a secondary action or as an adjective modifying a noun. So what is participle? They exactly as the same kind of gerund, but it is a part of continuous tense indicating a secondary action or as an adjective modifying a noun. So example for present participle. My daughter was reading a book. Here reading is considered as past continuous tense and also it is called as participle. You should not disturb a sleeping dog. Here sleeping is an adjective of a dog. So what we have seen, kinds of verbs. Verb are of two kinds, non-finite verbs and finite verbs. Here non-finite verbs are of three types: infinitives, gerund, participle. So infinitives are divided into two infinitive and bare infinitive. Gerund as it is gerund. Participle are divided into three: present participle, past participle and perfect participle. So here non-finite verbs are divided into three kinds. They are infinitives, that is to verb, gerund, ing form of the verb functions like a noun, participle, ing form of the verb functions like an adjective. So children, I hope you all have understood what is finite verb and non-finite verbs and its types. Write all the examples in your grammar notebook and do the given exercises. Thank you.